Welcome to In the Green Room. I'm Kinga. Cheers.
And I'm Chet.
And this is Martin. Cheers, everybody.
And we're here saving the planet.
One show at a time.
And we have two regulars on.
We have a full
I'm also
house.
down to have some wine. I just want the
is
white
it?
wine.
Uh-huh.
White wine, you got it. This is an unoaked Chardonnay that Stuart brought in. River Road.
Ooh, excited to try it. I love the taste of red wine, but for some reason it gives me a headache.
Chet, can you introduce Dr. Stu and John?
Why don't you introduce them? It's
Okay.
your show.
Okay. So Dr. Stu, he's been a regular here. He's a doctor and kind of retired now, but he is more about. Oh, can you read that to us?
Can I read it?
He's wearing it.
Hold on, I'll read it.
I made the shirt.
All right, so his shirt says a bohedonist, which is a person living an unconventional life devoted to the pursuit of pleasure. Example, wine connoisseur, physician, chef, cigar aficionado, pizziola, a renaissance man, so to speak. I want one.
Well, the funny thing about this shirt is I made this shirt about a week ago,
Mm-hmm.
and the word was coined by a mentor of mine from 35 years ago.
No kidding.
He
35 years ago?
35, yeah. Dr. Charlie
Put those
Laredo
down.
came up with that word. So I, of course, made the definition and the
Mm-hmm.
examples.
But you know, that's how words
I
start.
love it.
Did you know that's how a word starts, Martin?
Well,
I don't think this is going to catch on.
It is,
I
because we're all
love it.
gonna
I
get-
would buy a shirt like that.
Yes, and we can all start hashtagging it and everything.
Yes.
So John
Bohedonist.
is here as well because we're here saving the planet,
Bohemian
and we're
hedonist.
we're helping
I think it's
people.
brilliant.
And what is John going to do today on this show? John,
Well, I am going to chop off my hair to donate.
and how many inches are we going to chop off and donate?
Was that 10, 12, something like that?
Is there? Do they have a minimum? Your hair.
Typically, it's a minimum of 10 inches.
Okay.
Your hair is closer to like 30 inches right now from the top to the bottom.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not
have
shaving my head though.
beautiful.
That's a no.
I mean,
If you're gonna give till it hurts.
but think about this. I mean, you do have. I mean, it's beautiful hair. It looks very
Gorgeous
soft.
hair.
You are donating it
Should I
so
snip one right
someone
now?
who has some type of just settle
You
down.
gotta give me a second
I
to
told you.
prepare mentally,
I-
physically, and emotionally.
All right, you are in charge of the shirt.
Owen,
man.
take the
Owen,
scissors.
take the
Keep
scissors.
Kinger away from the
I
shirt.
know. My goodness.
So you
Who
do this
let
often.
that happen in the first place?
Who let the dogs out?
She brought up that's the problem.
Also, she should definitely not be the one to cut it because her eyesight is questionable at best, and same with her
He's trying to scare
coordination.
you.
No, I'm being serious.
This is why.
Well, King,
Owen.
I was gonna say that if you didn't. Just from what you were doing with those scissors next to my face, that's a little on the iffy side there.
John, I think that's pretty wild.
So we want to hear about this fun music-filled weekend. Did you
Well,
guys have a
wait,
good
where
time?
is the hairdresser that's cutting his hair?
It's me. I grew up cutting your
No,
hair
we
and
just
Rachel's
said
hair.
that. No, it looked terrible every time you cut my hair. I just get it fixed. Come on.
Don't scare the guy. Man.
Well, Kinga said that she would get me a hair appointment after the show, so I can go get it trimmed up and
There we
neatened
go.
out.
That's
so
right.
it's not gonna look like
But
a nice
I'm,
bowl cut.
but I'm saying, listen, I'm saying that Chet for 10 years would only have my haircuts, and only when he got older did somebody say
But
they didn't
here's
like his haircut.
here's a question, Chet. Who do you get your hair cut by now?
A professional named barber up in Kierland. He's great.
Anybody but Kinga.
He's gonna look like Howie from Benjamin.
Okay, but I want to say to you guys, Chet never disliked my haircuts. One day his grandma cut his hair, and she made a big bowl haircut and ruined it
was
so
almost
bad.
as bad as the one
And
that you gave me.
that's when he
Almost.
stopped letting anybody else cut his hair. That's
fair.
when it happened.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is
Well,
true.
no one
So-
should cut their hair on an empty stomach.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. We need
Right.
some pizza, Dr.
Because
Stu.
Dr. Stu has slaved for us, and you have two new concoctions. You said that are.
Well, they're new for you.
I didn't know we had a smoke machine.
Said, present the pizza.
Wow, we have just taken this show up a notch.
Are we trying to relax them a little?
I know, right?
Yeah,
Would
we're calming the nerves here.
Would you guys just chill out a little bit over there?
So, Dr. Stu, tell us how you went from doctor
There's a
to
button.
chef.
Nope.
Chef Stu, how did this all
I
happen?
worked as an anesthesiologist till I was 40,
Okay.
and then I had some health problems and decided at that point I was going to go to culinary school.
Didn't you almost die in a brain surgery?
Yeah,
thing?
let's not go into the details of that.
Okay.
We've already had a show on that. Or two on that.
Let's just
The
say
bottom
you've-
line
you've
is that
been through
I
some
had
stuff.
the short version is I had some health problems and I had to reevaluate what I was going to do.
You almost died after brain surgery.
And I
Okay.
almost, a couple of times.
Stop bragging.
I'm a lot harder to kill than you think. I always say that I must be a cat because I've used at least 5 of my 9 lives already. But anyway, so I went to culinary school, and then at the same time I went to culinary school, I did that because I said it'd be something I wanted to do. I would plan on doing it when I retired. I didn't plan on doing it when I was 40. But at the same time, I read Anthony Bourdain's book, and I said, I don't want to be in a restaurant every Friday, Saturday night.
Right.
And I actually had friends that had basically, doctors that had were going to fund a restaurant like almost $1 million.
Because you were that good?
No, because they were that stupid.
I disagree. Point of disagreement. However, you throw parties now. You cook
Oh,
when
he's
you
so much
want to
fun.
cook. And
Okay,
you cook
so-
for people. You cook for charity. You do a lot of different.
So
things.
so actually,
I've been to
Well-
at least a dozen of his cooking
I
parties.
used to do cooking
Right.
classes
Yes,
at my
and
house for
cooking
fun
classes, yes.
and for friends. Though I am thinking of, I hate to use the word, of monetizing it and doing it for other people that aren't friends. So if you go to Dr. Stu Chef on Instagram and start following me, one day soon there'll be pizza classes that'll be available for couples or for
Perfect.
small groups of people of
that'll
6 to
be
10 people
fun.
at my house, which I'll teach how to make dough.
And he has a beautiful
And
house in
sauce
Pete
and-
Paradise Valley.
And we'll eat a little pizza and we'll drink a little wine.
And
Can I sign up now?
and he also smokes cigars the whole entire time.
It has been a long time since I've had a good cigar.
Well, you know what? I
He's really into
live at a
cigars.
place called Ambassador Fine Cigars
Okay.
at Tatum and Shea.
And they have
And
pretty nice
if you
stuff.
go in there any day, just ask for me. I'll be there.
Oh.
No, it's true. He's there every
You're
day.
I'm there.
Oh, wow.
He's there
I
every
only
day.
I only smoke cigars on days that end in Y. Though.
Okay, that's smart.
I try to limit it. And just so you know, I actually was planning on going before I made the pizzas today, but I got a little late start, so my cigar is going to have to be after.
And guys, do you know how I know the judge of how he is a good guy? Is he's very good to his kids and more importantly his mom. He's always taking his mom on trips. He's always going to see his mom. He's always cooking for his mom. He's like, my mom this, my mom that. And I think it's super sweet.
What is your personal favorite pizza that you've ever made?
Okay, so
good question.
So here's the thing about pizza that this is. I
Can
grew
we
up in-
taste it
I
actually?
grew up in New York.
Yeah, baby.
And so when I was in New York, it was like, thin New York cheese
Mm-hmm.
pizza was it. And we had a great place called Violetta's that was, I went when I was in grade school, we were able to go across the street and go get a slice of pizza for like,
nice.
$1.50.
That dollar, right, right.
And 2 slices and a drink. Before your time, shut up.
Back in my day.
So I thought I knew New York pizza, and then I moved to Chicago at one point, and I had Chicago deep dish pizza.
Oh, so good.
That was great pizza. And then I moved to Arizona,
Oh, in a Rio.
and I discovered Chris Bianco and Pizzeria Bianco.
I love Bianco.
25 years ago.
Do
And
you know
Chris,
that they're voted the best pizza place in the world
well,
out of
that's
1,000
one-
pizza places?
That's
Yeah,
that's one of my
it's
opinions, and
incredible.
I've known Chris, like I said, for 25
I eat there once a
years.
week. They know me very well.
Anyway, he's
I do.
he's a rock star.
I love Chris.
Anyway, so my original goal when I started making pizza was only about maybe 3-4 years ago. Like the beginning of COVID, I started really diving
you did it
into
before then.
I did a little of it, but that's when I really.
I feel like
So
you were making
Kinga said,
pizzas 5 years
tell me
ago.
if this
6
is
years
true.
ago.
This is what she told
Okay.
me. So now this is fact checking.
Oh,
Kinga.
okay, yay.
Do you
Fact
have
check.
more than one pizza oven?
Well, at
Yes.
the moment, I
Hold
only.
on, don't influence
You
him.
used to have 2.
At the moment, I have one pizza oven in my backyard.
Okay.
My other pizza oven,
Is in
my
the shop.
daughter online was on lend to one of my daughter's
See?
friends.
See?
Okay, so you do
And-
have 2. All right,
and
on
then-
the
and
on the
then-
technicality, I'll give
And he
this
has
one
then
to
every
you.
single
third,
gadget.
and a third little pizza. My first
See?
one is my daughter's fiance has it at his mother's house.
So why couldn't you just say
and I
yes?
also have a pizza steel in my oven that I can make.
So
pizza
you
on.
rent pizza ovens. You
It's a
have
side
a
hustle.
collection.
I don't get any money for it. I give them away.
So Dr. Stu, I have so much enjoyed, especially during that whole 5 years, it's just newly going through a divorce. And he'd invite me like once a month to these cooking classes. And it was mostly men. There was like one young, cute girl. I don't know who that girl was. But it was all guys. Everybody's like a doctor.
All guys
or-
and you. I'm
Yeah.
shocked that you went.
And everybody's drinking, and they're drinking scotch, and they're drinking wine.
Some
and
people
seems
came
like
for the
guys.
class. Some
Some
people
yeah.
came for the food.
No, I
And
think
the
all my
way
best
the way I
friends.
used to do it for the cooking class was funny. The person that the way they paid me, I didn't get any money, but the way they paid me is they went home and they cooked the dish for someone else.
And I did it every time.
So it was
Took
a
a
pay it
picture-
forward kind of thing.
Took a picture and
Yeah,
sent me the
that's
picture.
cool.
And that would
That's-
make him happy.
That's how I got
Yeah.
paid.
And I did
That's
it every
awesome.
time.
Kinga,
No.
you never did it.
No, what upset
Called out.
you? No, one
The
day.
exaggerator
No,
is brought
Dr.
down to
Stu,
earth.
one day you
Chet,
told me.
did you ever get a meal cooked for you?
No, I'm kidding.
Chet, I'm a
Chet,
good
what
guy.
is what is your relationship with Kinga? Do you know her well?
It's my mom, but no, she cooks sometimes.
And I'm a really good
But
cook.
lately, you mostly eat out.
Oh, stop it. I cook at least twice a week, a really great meal. But sometimes you'll be like, oh, I've got a date tonight. Oh, I'm going to, wherever on my date. You always have dates. I don't know what's going on. Too many dates.
She's getting a date. This is what's going on. Let's see. One hand, Kinga's food. The other hand, a date. I don't know.
But Rachel eats my meals.
Okay.
Rachel's eating all my meals. and
Rachel's
he's
not
going
here
out
to
on a date.
deny this.
All right, so Stu, you brought us. You brought us.
Can we
I
eat some
brought two
pizza?
pizzas. See, the challenge
Can we
was
eat them before they're cold?
so the challenge was that like I said,
hungry.
growing up from New York,
let him tell
a
the story.
good pizza was a slice of cheese pizza, and the olive oil and the melted cheese would burn the roof of my mouth.
Right.
That was the test.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I still love hot pizza. I'm not a cold pizza out of the, So I was thinking about which of my pizzas would do well when they would be like at room temperature. So the first one that we're going to have is it was based on Chris Bianco's pizza, which is called the Rosa.
La Rosa.
And
Oh,
I
I love
call
the
it the
Rosa.
Rosa 2, T-O-O, because
Okay.
it's the Rosa also, and I want to give him credit for it.
Sure.
And what it is
Chris
it's
Bianco,
it's a good
Bianco's pizza.
Parmesan cheese. And I use a Grana Padano, which is a specific Parmesan cheese. I use from my backyard
Yes.
some
Yes.
um,
A big, beautiful, grassy backyard.
rosemary. I use some
Ooh.
fresh rosemary. I use some local pistachio nuts that I got from one of the farmers markets, and some red onions. And the only thing I did different from the red onions that Chris does is I pickled mine to add a little acid to
Ooh,
it.
yeah.
And the pickling is kind of cool because have you ever been to Trader Joe's?
Yes.
I love Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's has these spicy little pickle slices that I love. And when I finish the container of the pickles, I still have all that pickling
Zhuzh.
juice. And I slice up a red onion, throw it in there, and I use
And
it for a
pickle
ton
it.
of things.
Oh yeah, I love.
So which is the
pickled
one we're going to
red
eat first? Because I'm really
You can
hungry
eat them.
and I
You
want
can
to
eat
eat
them
and
both
talk
at the
about it.
same time, whatever you
Which one are
want.
we going to open up?
And the other one
let
is
him talk
called
about
the
it.
Figalicious. The Figalicious is a one that my daughter and I like making together, and I use basically fresh mozzarella, no sauce,
Mhm.
but I use a little spicy fig jelly on it,
Mm.
and then I top it with prosciutto and
Oh.
arugula and a balsamic glaze at the end.
That's
so
what I
let's,
want. Can we try that one first?
so let's open this up.
Well,
All right,
we
all right, we'll
met
pass
earlier,
these out.
and he's like, "Let's not eat anything because we're gonna eat on the
Yeah.
show. Let's have an appetite." And so I said,
blame
"Okay."
me. I wouldn't let her eat.
Yeah,
Here
you
you go.
wouldn't let
Pass
me
that
eat.
around.
Oh my gosh!
And make
that's
sure
amazing.
we get.
So I cut them into
starting.
6 pieces. So I want you all to have.
Yes, absolutely. Eat
I
the
don't.
cheese.
I don't need any because
let me
I'm trying to
just-
keep my girls.
Take one and pass it around.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh, these look amazing. And so this was with your one pizza oven. And is
Yeah.
this an
But he has, like,
outdoor,
4.
indoor?
This one is.
I'll hold it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wood
This
fired
one was
gas.
made in an outdoor. It's called a
Stu, can you pour
Gosney
us
There you
Dome.
Can you pour some? Oh, and also he has an extensive wine cellar.
Martin,
Everywhere he
you're
travels, he buys wine
Yes, sir.
and
That's good.
collects his very
Oh.
nice fine wines.
So when are you planning on having these classes? Because my friends and I, we love to take
Right.
classes. We
Yeah.
love to be creative.
Well,
I love pizza.
I'm soon. I actually just went through the trouble of getting my food handler's card so that I
Oh,
could
nice. So you're
not,
all
not break
legit
the
and legal
law
and all that.
and
Yes.
have people in my house and do
Wow.
that. So
So
it'll be
good.
soon. Like I said, just keep an eye on the Instagram page.
Okay.
One word, DRSTU chef.
Dr. Stu Chef.
Yeah, just like the logo that my kids made for me
Oh,
a few
how
years
cute
ago.
Oh,
is
isn't that cute?
that?
Even his boxes.
I love that.
My kids actually made that logo. My son is busy working on making a new logo for me because he wants to update it a little. And he's
Oh wait, let's talk about. Didn't your son make a game? Some like board
son-
game, like a
my
play
son
game, like
made a game. I
like a
still have
Monopoly or
tons of it
something?
in my closet. Remind me
called?
to give you one because he didn't sell enough of them. They were on Amazon for a while. I think they pulled it off. But I was very proud of them because they made this
Oh.
game themselves. Two boys,
Mhm.
my son and the next door neighbor, and they did a great job.
So, my group is, we love games. What kind of game is it?
It was I'm gonna bring you some. Next time
Okay.
I'm on the show, I'll bring a couple
Okay,
of them
perfect.
for you guys. 'Cause
All right,
like I said,
next month.
I have people who will play it.
I have a ton of them in my closet that are not being sold, and I asked my kids, can I give them away as and he's busy working on a new project. He's designing a golf ball club cleaner that straps onto the strap of your golf bag and the golf cart that you can use when you're at a golf course that doesn't have a cleaner on it, and I'm very proud. He has a 3D printer, so he's making it on.
Well, you
his
should
own.
talk to Chet because Chet's one of his best friends just went pro. Thomas Lehman.
Yeah,
What
he
does that have
has
to do with
someone.
cleaning clubs?
Yeah, he
Golf,
has someone-
golf. He's
Yeah,
golf.
Chad, explain to us.
Sponsorship,
He has
investment.
a
Golf,
cat-
golf.
He has a caddy to clean his clubs.
Yeah.
He does not need a club cleaner.
Yeah.
Oh, he does need a golf cleaner?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Totally unrelated.
Oh, is it? So if it's golf and it's golf, why is that unrelated?
It's like comparing a golf cleaning supply thing to somebody who plays golf. It's not the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can't think of a good analogy for
This
that,
is
to be
delicious. When did you make this pizza? It tastes very fresh.
Oh, I made it like an hour before I got here.
It's
So good.
It is delicious, and you're right.
This is actually a new crust that I made.
I love this crust.
That I was just experimenting because I always experiment with different. I actually have 50 pounds of flour being delivered to my house today and tomorrow, and I have probably about 100 pounds already in my house. And I experiment with, and that's part of the class. We'll be learning how to make dough. And here's the secret: it is really easy to make pizza, but it's an art to make great pizza. So I could teach anyone.
Oh, he could teach you.
No, I mean anyone. I could teach anyone to make
I can
pizza.
grill.
It's really not hard.
So, is there a specific type of flour you? Just jumping back a few seconds, you just said that you have 100 pounds of flour.
Different flours, and it's all about, that's the whole course. I mean, I could spend an hour talking on the. I mean, you think flour pizza dough is
Wow,
very
it's
simple.
so
All
good.
that's in it is flour,
Oh, no,
water,
it's not
salt, and yeast. Well, there are like 4 different types of yeast. There are.
I know it's
tons
not
of
simple
different
because I
flours.
go to a lot of pizza places and there's only like a few places that I think are amazing.
Right.
And so,
Well,
yeah,
and water
one
is
is Bianca's.
an incredible constituent of it because I know that I think it's Ray's Pizza that has franchises, but they buy water from New York. In order to come. You don't believe in that?
That's bullshit.
Oh, all right, here we go, folks.
Oh,
You heard it here. Ray's Pizza full
I
of.
don't want to diss any business.
Oh, okay.
Let's talk about here.
No, let's
They're
talk
from
shit.
New York.
Let's
Yeah,
talk
Yeah,
that shit.
They're from
Yeah,
New York.
no,
They should
no.
be able to take it.
No.
No.
I
I
wanna
love
diss here.
Ray's Pizza.
Dr.
Don't get me
Stu.
wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't buy the whole thing. You have to import water to make your.
I think Ray's Pizza is delicious.
It is delicious. No, we're
I
not
love
disputing that.
I
Hey,
agree.
He's calling them out on their water.
Certain
Where are the
odorless
scissors? I wanna
and
cut the hair
tasteless
right now.
water.
Yeah, let's get to him. Leave me alone.
Owen, can I have the scissors?
Oh no.
No, Kinga, remember, you aren't allowed to. Everyone else can.
She's lost her scissor privileges for the day.
You were sniffing the scissors right near my eye without even telling me.
There we go.
That says no. Oh, and don't.
Okay, so Chad, I'll pay you to cut it.
I don't trust my own coordination to use to defeat.
Wait, just a question. Are you just cutting it right below?
Yes.
Yeah, just above.
Above or
Yeah,
below?
just below, just above it. So the hair
Just
stays.
above, so you can have
Okay,
it to
so
donate.
you want me
it,
to cut
donate
it for you?
Yes.
I was an
Yes,
anesthesiologist.
I think-
I have pretty good hands, and I won't.
I think
say
you
what
have-
to
you have
say.
the
I think you're
Yes,
probably
he's the best.
Most
the
Let's let him
qualified.
do it. Okay,
But
Dr. Stu,
I
here we
do
go.
have to check in the mirror, make sure they're all even. And,
Okay.
like I have the right length.
You go.
Okay, good
you
check.
go
I'll be
do
back.
Good
that.
Like
check.
five. Not even.
Well, we
And
get
I think
another
this
slice
is
of
brilliant
pizza.
because you're
Yes.
right. You have hands of a surgeon, right? You've had
Yes.
I was
Yeah,
always
yes,
terrible
yes,
at arts
yes.
and crafts.
Yes, I have hands of a surgeon. A little arthritis in it.
John's gonna
pass
love
the
this
line,
listening.
please.
Wait, question. How much was she paying you for to cut the hair?
She didn't say. I don't know.
Shit.
It's a lot,
It's not a lot.
lot.
but Stu gets nothing.
Yeah. Welcome to my life.
Stu, Dr. Stu and I have become best of friends. I mean, how many years have we been friends now? 7 years?
Probably.
Yeah, about 7 years. Mm-hmm. And we've.
Kinga is a force of nature.
That is a true
That's
statement.
my best way
That
to
is a
Like a
Very
tornado.
Pretty much.
Okay, so Stu, tell us, do you miss being a doctor? Or
There are some things about being I loved when I was an anesthesiologist. If I could have kept on doing it, I would never have stopped. Do I miss it? Yeah. I mean, but I also
are you close enough to the mic to sound clear and loud and crisp?
I can hear.
Okay, because I just saw him adjust.
I'm also, after I did that and I didn't, I went and worked in informatics, computers and healthcare. And I did that for another 15 years. And I loved that. I was a CMIO. I was all over the place, traveling, which wasn't my favorite part of the job. But
Okay, but now we have John here. He's ready to cut. We need to go segue back to the
Should
cutting.
John and I switch seats then? So
Yeah, and you can drop that one down.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
ladies
The
and
surgeon.
Who go?
The surgeon,
anesthesiologist.
is going to be
You
extracting
can stand up if you want.
some
That'll be
hair from
All right,
John,
nice and
who is
slow.
going to be donating.
Owen, can you
this.
film
leave
this?
about
Oh yeah, hold on.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
yeah,
on,
we
we gotta
definitely
film
need
this.
we need to film
We
this.
gotta
Yeah,
film
so I would
this.
say like about probably like
Yeah.
And
Hold
I'm
on,
gonna
hold on,
get
Stu.
over
Just
here.
hold on. Owen is the director here, so when Owen's
Don't
the
I'll
work too
hold
hard.
it.
To get your hand.
Oh, don't pull out because
No,
then
no,
don't ride
that
it
was
up.
not me. That
All right.
I know, I'm telling
All right,
you.
we're
Can you
ready.
just pose like Vanna White? At
Ready?
point.
Ready.
You ready?
All right.
How about a video?
Yeah, I am.
Video. The doctor can do it.
I'm so scared.
Oh my gosh, he's doing such a
Oh,
good
you did a
job.
great job.
And
All right.
that's
and very
all
clean.
for Locks of Love.
3 more to go.
Hold this.
I can
Locks
hold
of
that.
Love. Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Try and make that
You're
nice and
doing
straight next time.
Well, it was.
No,
I
it
was
actually-
giving you
Oh, it
the-
was,
It
yeah,
actually
yeah,
hangs
yeah.
on
You're
your.
It looks really good.
You're right, it's
It's
my fault.
really good.
I
It's
mean, that's
okay.
how
It's
a
perfect.
hairdresser.
Oh, I'd be
You want me
freaking
to-
out.
You want me
No,
to
no, you
go
got it,
straight?
you got it.
All right.
I trust you.
You're
That one's
doing
gonna be
a
a
really
little
good job.
tougher because it's gonna be longer and thicker.
Is this the same video?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a one. Ooh, this is looking good. This doctor knows what he's doing. You're doing
He
great.
does.
Your hair is awesome.
It's like the
All right.
Beatles.
All right, now turn around.
Yeah.
Turn around so
Here we
you
go.
can get the other
that might be
side.
too short.
Or a Stu
Oh,
cut
no,
on this
it's fine.
side.
All right.
maybe.
You can still do a ponytail. Someone's
Yes.
gonna have to.
It's gonna have to get made up.
Check.
Oh,
Yeah,
Over
that's
here.
all good.
Cut this
Oh.
last one.
Oh, that's real short, guys.
I feel like I'm. Is there like a union that I'm
Oh
gonna
my
piss
God.
off?
Yeah, me.
Do you have any? Do you carry? Do you carry? Do you have a concealed weapon?
He's
I have
gonna
two-
stab you with those scissors.
Do you?
I have 2 guns on me.
Yeah.
No dose.
I called him
I
Matilda.
think
That's
that's
good.
too
Get a
short.
photo. Get a video.
Yeah,
of
it was
all
good.
of them.
Guys, that's too short.
No,
It
it's
looks
not.
good.
No, you
Oh,
look
and
good.
film now. Film now.
Dude, you look great, Kenny.
You look good. There we go.
You
I
can
think
still
about this.
do a
Hold
man
on,
bun with
before.
Here, John.
Think
Think of all the hair, the little
John.
John.
One second. 1 second.
Stu,
Here's
get
the
over here.
thing.
We're taking a
It'll
photo.
be fine.
What
I
is
know.
so amazing about this
Okay,
is
so
think of the
everybody,
person that
he
you're
did it.
helping.
He just cut his hair.
He looks like Fabian.
Wait. One
It
question.
looks better.
He
I
does
love
look like
it.
Fabio.
Come
He
here.
looks
Can I have the
terrifying.
hair for a second?
Look at that's all going to Locks of Love.
That's
Last
right.
Locks of Love.
The person.
Wait.
Yeah, little Pippi Longstocking.
Locks of Love.
A bunch of
Hold
kids
on,
are gonna get hair now, so that's the beautiful
Well,
thing.
it's someone who has
And
cancer,
he can move.
who's going
And he
through
can watch out.
chemotherapy,
Yeah.
who I mean,
I know.
seriously,
I've
this
done it
is an
before.
amazing
Check it here.
gift.
Get in the photo.
And take a
good.
moment
Here's your
to
airbag.
appreciate that.
Well, there's going to unlock the love.
I love it.
yes.
John, you look fine. You look good.
It looks
you.
awesome.
It'll grow back.
It will.
Of
Good
course
job,
it
John.
will.
It'll be fine.
You're a brave man. You're a brave man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
He does it for the kids, ladies and gentlemen.
I need that right now.
So that is being donated. All this hair is being donated to kids that don't have hair that have cancer.
Yes.
So that's a big deal.
It is a big
That's
deal.
saving the children one
Haircut.
haircut at a time. Haircut at a time.
One wig.
So thank you, John. That's a big
Yes.
deal. And actually, it looks really good because you see your face more.
Well, I know that.
Well,
I
and
just want you to see.
and
Don't show me
we're
that.
so if this makes you feel better,
I love
John. August is supposed to be
That's when they
hotter
shave my
in
head.
July, and July
Well,
set records.
I'll be in New York.
Oh well.
jeez.
All right, so
I think the worst
That
part
was
about
good.
this is
I like the
don't have a
buzz cut
phone to
on
look
you.
at myself until
Oh.
until I get home tonight.
I like
you?
that.
okay, well,
I
I,
like that
think
on
it
you.
looks amazing.
That's good.
I mean, I can't
All right.
see the little
All right,
cut
Kinga,
lines.
Kinga, you just got to
You want to try the
contact
other
your
piece?
hairdresser and get me in today. Clean it all up.
So Owen, is your hair longer or is John's longer?
Owens is definitely longer.
No, not.
Yeah.
No way.
Did anyone not get
John,
a piece
yours
of
is
this?
still longer because
yours
yours
is
goes
longer.
to your body
I'll
of your
take
neck.
Like
Oh,
mine
yours
is
is
right to
longer.
here.
I want the new pizza.
Well, then give us your plate and we'll
Yeah.
give you
What's the new one called?
Figalicious.
Yeah, you can put
I
in a
want
ponytail.
Figalicious.
It's
Not
called
after they trim it up.
Figalicious.
Can we have a Figalicious, please?
I got you.
Okay, so John, how does it feel that you're doing such a good deed for
For the kids.
the kids?
Terrifying. I don't know. That was 3 years of my life right there. Look at that.
Well, the question was, what got you started to do this, though?
Yeah, this is not the first
Good
time you've
question.
done it.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
did you wake up one day and say, I think I'm gonna just let my hair grow out to be 12 feet long, and I'm gonna then, or
12
did you
feet long.
read the book Rapunzel as a kid or something like that?
I'm gonna put this over here so I don't tangle it up.
Well, it's a nice tradition that you always donate it when you do cut it, though.
So
Well, yeah.
I challenged Chad on the show. Why don't you grow your hair 20,
That's not
20
my
inches,
style.
and then cut it for the children?
Well,
No, it's not my
Kinga,
style.
why
We can
don't
cut
you-
yours for the kids.
Yeah, Kinga, why don't
I
you
would,
cut
I
your
would.
hair?
But you know why I can't?
Your hair is
Because
like,
it's highlighted.
Hers
They
is
won't-
hers is dyed. And
Yeah,
it's
they won't.
been-
They won't take
Oh,
it.
my hair is virgin hair,
Yeah.
so it's like the highest quality.
well,
Yeah, it's true. You can't have any color in your hair and then
And
donate it.
Yeah, they're very picky.
Yeah, they're very picky.
Figalicious, anyone?
Oh my gosh, that's the best.
That's the really good pizza.
I love
Where?
the rosemary on the other one. It was so
the,
good.
the rosa. That's all Chris Bianco. It's funny. I had a friend over.
This one's better.
Well, you said it's the rosemary from your backyard, though, right?
The rosemary is from my backyard,
Yeah.
yeah. But the pizza idea is all Chris Bianco. And the other day I had a friend over who was having pizza for the first time at my house, and she said, I love this pizza. I would never,
Is
you
this one of
see it
your
on the
girlfriends?
menu. What?
Is this one of the girlfriends?
This was a friend that I was cooking for, Kinga, and basically she said this combination is just incredible. But I never would go look at a menu and say, oh, I'm going to order that. And to be honest with you, I went to Bianco's maybe 10, 15 times and had other pizza before I even ever tried this.
Well, I have to tell you, this is one of the best pizzas I've ever had. And my two favorite pizzas at Chris Bianco's Bianco Pizzeria, I like the Wise Guy and Sunny Boy.
Yeah, and I make mine, and mine is called the Wiser Guy and the Stewie Boy.
Oh, really? You
Yeah,
do that too?
I
Okay.
steal from him, but I give him credit.
And does he know this?
Yeah.
They're kind of like little remixes that you do.
Right,
Yeah, 'cause
exactly.
you make it slightly different. Yeah, that's cool.
I love it. I love it. Have you tried it, John?
What?
The pizza?
So would you say
Yeah, I
that you're
have.
the Weird Al to Chris Bianco?
Say it again?
Yeah, Weird Al. He does.
Oh,
Yeah, I
yes.
know Weird Al.
Are you saying that you're the Weird Al of Chris Bianco?
I think I'm just a plagiarist. Actually, there's one pizza that I make that is one of my favorites that that I made totally out of the blue that no one else gave me the idea for. It's one of my favorite. It's a pizza where I use for the sauce, Trader Joe's Thai peanut dressing.
Oh, I've had
I
that.
put shrimp and mozzarella on it,
Mm-hmm.
peanuts and green onion, and it is just a great pizza. But it's also one of those pizzas that you don't want to bring to a place where you don't know if someone's gonna have a shrimp allergy,
Mm-hmm.
or I guess I didn't worry about the nut allergy here.
There's a bunch of nuts here.
So this is a pizza for daring folks.
I think this one is very
But no,
unique. This one's unique. So this fig one, it's fig and prosciutto and what else?
it's just fig jelly and mozzarella and arugula and yeah,
Is there
my-
ginger on there?
no ginger, and then at the end I put a balsamic glaze on it. That's what's on the top. My daughter actually makes this one herself. She loves this one.
And how old's your daughter?
28.
28.
She's getting married in March.
Mazel tov.
What? She really is?
She is.
Oh my goodness, that's great. Congrats, I didn't know that.
Congratulations.
Cheers. Is the wedding in your backyard?
Yeah.
No, the wedding is not in my backyard. The wedding is actually at the McCormick Ranch Golf Course, so it has
Oh,
that
so
beautiful
beautiful.
view
Oh, yeah.
of the Camelback in the background.
Mm-hmm.
So it should be nice.
So are you intimate within the planning, or are you one of those let
I-
everybody get out of the way and let everything just happen?
So are you paying for the whole wedding?
I promised her
Because
that.
usually the girl's family does.
Okay, we don't really have to go into the economics of how this wedding is being done. Let's just say that.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Let's just say that it's being taken care of by the family, or in Yiddish, the mishpacha. And my daughter is making all the decisions, and I
Good.
promised her a couple of things. I would try not to embarrass her. I would help pay for the wedding, and I will do whatever I'm told.
You're a really good parent. I know you're
Alright.
always
You know,
spending
it's
time with
funny.
your kids. You're a good parent.
I was
I do know that.
gonna give some advice at the wedding in my speech, and I thought about it, and I was like, this is really good advice, but I could see how it could get taken the wrong way, and so instead of saying it at the wedding, I'm just going to be writing it on a card that
Tell
I
us right now.
gave you.
What is that?
Yeah.
No, seriously.
Okay, yeah, I will
come
do
on.
this because she'll
Okay.
probably, but before she gets to this part of the show, she'll probably have turned it off and watched
That's
something
right.
else.
So just tell us.
Okay,
Nobody's
so
listening anymore.
this is my theory about people and relationships. I think when you grow up, the first thing you have to do is learn to take care of the me. You got to learn to like yourself and take care of yourself and love yourself, and that's very important. And then you get into a relationship, and then it becomes from the me to the we. Well, I think that's also very important. You have to make the transition of thinking about what you do and say and how it affects another person.
Right.
And then you have kids, maybe, and then you have to think about the they. Now, the problem sometimes is that you can get to the they part and forget about the we and the me, and then the they go away, and what do you got? I don't know.
There's no more me.
So
That's true.
Yeah.
so my
Gosh, this is a
my
book.
advice is that your whole life you should be actually working on all three of them at all time: the me, the we, and the they.
I think
That's the title right there.
That is brilliant.
You
Because
should write a book.
Me,
I-
we,
I-
and they. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
short book. It's
Right.
got my
Wait,
Shel
I'm gonna steal that.
Silverstein
I'm
book.
gonna go and I'm gonna go and
well, it's
get
perfectly
that.
relevant. I'm an executive coach, and I was coaching someone earlier today who is he's second in command at a very large networking, computer IT company, and he is having a difficult time with the me. He's focused on his company, he's focused on his family, but he wasn't able to take enough time for himself and became overwhelmed by that. So I think you're absolutely right. There is that is a prescient message that you have to balance all three.
And I love that we're talking about this because I was all about the we in my marriage. We. And then it was all about the they. It was never about me. It was always about we and they. I promise you. But since I've gotten divorced, it's all about me.
And
I'm
I don't
enjoying it.
tell.
and I've only known you since then, so I think you're right.
No, I'm really, Chad, John, am I about my kids and others?
Yes.
Can you go to the mic and at least say it?
I did say it, yes.
Because I'm really about my kids and others and my friends, and I put everybody else first. But there's also a lot of me too.
Well, like
There's
it's
a lot
like
of me,
I
and there was
saying,
never- there
it's
was
about-
never any me.
It's about
Yeah,
a balance. It's about
Mhm.
having, you can't, when you go to the they, one of the things that some people, they forget about the me.
Well, I was obsessed with being in love with my husband, and for so many years, and we did have a great marriage for a lot of years, and he's a great person, but it was more about him and they, and nothing about me.
My wife
So
and I were
this is a
wonderful.
good concept. You need to make a book.
My wife and I were wonderful at co-parenting,
Mhm.
and we probably lost a little of the,
Of the we.
of the we.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite mentors, her name was Elaine Stein, beautiful soul. She said, I took her to lunch one day, and she goes, Martin, I was married for 40 years, best 15 years of my life.
Yeah.
So, but you are very good friends with your ex now.
I am.
Like you
and
invited
I
everything.
have a good relationship with my ex-wife.
Mhm.
We're married 25 years. We have 2 wonderful children.
And-
That was the best gift that anyone could ever give me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you? I can't remember. You have like a saying or something, a poem or something you wrote down, or tattoo or something. I can't remember. It's escaping me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I used to have a mantra.
That's
my,
what-
my
okay.
mantra was. There's a party
You
in
went
my
from
mind.
mantra to tattoo.
Well,
I couldn't remember if he
I'll
had.
tell- yeah.
He has it framed.
Okay, so
Okay.
The mantra was
On his
there's
body
a
or
party in my
somewhere?
mind and I hope it never stops. Now, I grew up, I was very against any tattoos at
Mhm.
all. Well, when I was sick the second time, in 2014,
And he almost died.
yeah, stop saying that.
But you did. You almost died.
Anyway,
It's more than sick.
my son got across his chest.
Oh, yeah.
There's a party in my mind tattooed, and my daughter has across her ankles, and I hope it never stops. I think they just wanted
It's so
tattoos
cute.
and knew that I couldn't be that mad at them. But
That's pretty cool, though.
they tattooed his saying. It's cute.
Yeah, that's
So cute.
well, who needs
That's a
another
huge
slice of
tattoo.
It's
pizza here?
adorable. Chet, you didn't
What?
try that one, even if you have one bite. That's the better one.
Figs make me
That's
fart.
the better one.
Come on, stop it. All right, we have
Last
to
time
pick
I
it
had
up.
a fig Newton, I started too.
What number is this at? So, Stu, what's on your bucket list? Like, you're now making people happy with
You know, it's funny.
food.
my
And John, you too.
My,
What's on your
bucket
bucket
list
list?
is pretty. I've already, the truth is, when I was 40 and I was first diagnosed with my brain problem, I was sitting in an MRI without knowing what was going to be the future, and I was thinking, and I was married at the time, and I had 2 beautiful young kids, and I was thinking, you know what? If it's my time, it's my time. I have nothing that I have to do. And then I did okay, and I had another 23 years since then, and did a lot of things, I was thinking about the other day.
I know you're really good about reading because you're.
I read a book a week, and then
He's worried about his memory.
I love golfing, and I was thinking,
Are you-
okay.
wait, is your after your brain thing? Is your memory challenged, or is it just you want to be proactive about reading? Because I know you're always.
No, I don't know if I did have a problem with memory at one point.
That-
and
okay.
I don't know if I've gotten much better or I've gotten better at working around it or whatever. But I was thinking, okay, so what would I want to do? I played 6 of the U.S. Open golf courses in the United States and 4 of the British Open golf courses in Scotland. So my bucket list is pretty good.
How'd you do?
There you go.
I finished the round.
And
I play Zen golf now.
wait, something
You know
that's
how to play
important.
Zen golf?
I do.
You know you don't.
Tell us.
See, when my son was 10 years old, and he was a baseball player, I said, okay, we're going to go play Zen golf today. And I took him down to Southern Dunes, which is a golf course I used to belong to. And I said, okay. On the first hole, I hit a drive about 220 down the middle, and he duffed his ball into the stuff on the right. Am I allowed to use the bad words on this show? I
Sure.
can't remember.
Sure.
So I hit it into the shit on the right. Anyway, I said to him, was that a good shot or a bad shot? He says, Dad, that was a bad shot. I said, no. We're out here. It's a beautiful day. It's just you and me. They're all good shots.
Oh.
Now, fast forward 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not 20. Well, 15 years. A couple years ago, he came out here for my birthday, which was just on August 5th, and you forgot to wish me happy birthday.
I'll take you to lunch next week.
And he took me to play golf at Camelback, and the same thing. First hole, nice drive the middle. He'd hit a ball in the crowd. I said, Evan, was that a good shot or a bad shot? He says, Dad, it's your birthday. We're out here together. They're all good shots. And I went, yes. He learned something.
Oh, that's awesome.
So how's your mom doing?
Mom's great. She's coming out on the Saturday.
And you
actually,
said that I
for a
get to.
week.
You said you're gonna have
She's
me over for
volunteering
dinner.
to come to Arizona
Well,
And
she's
to meet me.
August.
She's 86 years old and she lives in Florida. So it's not like
Oh, it's almost worse there though.
it's a little more humid, but she
Yes.
still plays golf 3 days a week.
So what are you cooking
What?
for me and your mom?
Yeah.
Well,
He already
I
me.
told my mom that Kinga wanted to meet her,
I
and she
do.
said she'd take it under advisement.
The humidity in Miami is rough. Is she in Miami or?
No, she's in. It's called Boynton Beach. It's just north of. It's south of north of Fort Lauderdale,
Okay.
south of.
Yeah, that Miami humidity. It feels like you're trying
Yeah,
to swim
well, it's
through a
the
bowl
same
of
weather.
lobster
My son went to
biscuits.
University of Miami for college,
Oh,
so
okay,
he was out
nice.
there for a long time.
Yeah.
Go
I'll
Canes.
take the Phoenix, Arizona heat to humidity.
Oh
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
I
hold
went.
on.
I was out in Dallas about 3 weeks ago for a
Oh, it's so
a
humid.
guy trip, playing golf in 103 in Dallas. It was.
Mm.
I couldn't even drink any liquor.
Yeah.
I had 3 bottles of water.
It was so bad I couldn't.
I had
drink.
3 bottles of water and 2 bottles of Gatorade, and I
that was-
still had to drink more in order to
Oh, just a.
go to the bathroom.
Oh
So
my
Chase, how many minutes do we have?
15,
Okay, cool. So we're at how many minutes?
45.
Okay, cool. So that would be 10 minutes then.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chet, are you golfing now? Because I think you and Stu would enjoy golfing.
I don't really golf that much. No.
I won't golf until it gets lower than 105 here anymore.
Mm.
I don't need to. It's like I don't need to play in the rain anymore.
Right.
I have. I played in Scotland in
Mhm.
5 different outfits in 1 round of golf.
So we have to talk about John. He did this big haircut to donate
Yeah,
to
let's-
charity.
Oh yeah.
And he
How are you feeling,
is-
John?
Yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little lost and a little alone. I don't know. I feel like I'm naked. I still haven't even seen it, so I'm terrified.
Mm.
But
Okay,
you know, I am
just so you
I
know-
am happy that I am donating it.
Will it
because
grow
that's
back?
why.
It's not. It has to be evened out.
Oh, I'm aware.
Okay. And I-
It'll grow back. How long will it take for it to grow back to maybe
Well,
6
That's
inches?
3 years ago.
If
isn't it?
if it's continues to grow at the rate it used to, it'll
Mhm.
probably take like a year before it's probably down to there.
So in a year, we'll do another show and talk about how you did this.
Hey, did he
And then
sign a
do-
release that if his hair falls out completely, it's not possible I got
I don't think that's the
So he can sue
That's
Dr.
just
Stu.
mean.
No,
I am coming for you. I need those exact
I
same
hope you
scissors
didn't
you
put-
use to butcher me.
I hope you didn't put any nair
This is
in
a
your
podcast.
pizza.
Is there video for this too? Is the video recorded?
Yeah,
it's right here.
And
Oh yeah,
Dr.
I am,
Stu.
I am not terrified at all. It's, you should be. No, I
Dr.
just,
I've been sued before. don't
Dr.
worry.
Stu, I noticed you didn't have a slice of pizza. If all our hair falls out, is there nair in the pizza?
Nair has to be rubbed down deeply
I think
into the
they're
skin.
they're probably edibles. That's what
I cut it into 6 pieces so that you'd all have a piece. And I didn't want to. There's a piece left. Who didn't have the?
I did not have a piece.
You should
because,
try it.
Well,
It's so good.
I didn't bring my Lactaid pills, so I can't have too much. So I had a couple.
Well,
bites of
there's
that one.
very
Just have a
little.
bite.
There's
Just
very
have one
little.
All right,
bite. Take
I'll
it
try
out.
that one for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
take a
very
bite,
little
take a bite.
cheese on the pizza, by the
Yeah.
way.
Very little cheese.
You know, one of the things
Like
that
almost no
Chris,
cheese.
one of the things that Chris taught me is less is more.
Mm.
Oh, really? Is that what he
Yeah,
got you?
because you go out. He has less hair now. It's more, but because a lot of people overload their pizza with a lot of stuff. To me, I want a sandwich. My favorite sandwich is in Paris, a French baguette, sweet cream butter, and a thin slice of Serrano ham on it.
And that's it.
It's just the bread is the star, the ham and the meat is just like an accompaniment. And
So this is why you spend so much time on the crust, I imagine.
right. That's
Well, something I love is Dr.
Or the
Stu
bread.
seeks out amazing restaurants,
Yeah.
and then he makes his travel destination to see the terrain and all the amazing sights. But he also wants to go to the amazing restaurants. Like, didn't you go to an amazing sushi restaurant that's world renowned? I can't remember.
oh yeah, she's talking. My daughter and I. This is a good. My daughter and I
Stu,
went to
Stu.
Japan.
Kiss the mic.
My daughter and I went to Japan a couple years ago, which was a really great thing because when you have a daughter who's like 20-something years old, finished college and grad school, and she wants to go away on vacation with her dad.
That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it was very special. She and I went to Tokyo, we went to Kyoto, and we went to Hong Kong for like 10 days. But when we were in Tokyo, we went to. You ever watch this? There's a movie called Jiro Loves Sushi.
Okay.
It was a 3-star Michelin sushi place in the basement of a train station. Blah. And all they served was one piece of nigiri at a time.
And how much does that cost?
Stop getting into my face.
Yeah.
Way
Because it's so
more,
expensive.
way
It's like-
more money than
it's like
you'd
a-
expect.
You know, it's rude to ask how much things are.
Well,
But
this
it is.
it's the most
I know
expensive restaurant in the
exactly what
world.
you're talking about. They're literally
In the world.
the
Yeah, they
basement of
actually-
a train station, and
Yeah.
thousands and thousands of people just walk by every day, and they're
Right,
busy.
but if you go on,
No,
I
you
think
have to
it's
be on a
called-
waiting list for like
the
6
movie
months.
is called Jiro, Jiro.
Wait, Dr. Stu,
Sushi.
how long does it take to get an appointment or a reservation there?
Well, I think you have to do it like 3 months in advance, and I had to have the hotel I was staying at make the reservation.
Wow.
There are not many 3-star Michelin sushi places in the world.
Mhm.
We also went to
He brags about this, so that's why I remember this.
We went to a 1-star Michelin in Hong Kong, which was also good. And actually, I have to throw out to one of my favorite sushi chefs here is a guy named Chef Kai at Umami's Barbecue Sushi, which
I don't
is
know that one. Where is it?
which is up by
Is that by Porsche?
Porsche. It's up in the movie where the movie theater is, where the Cine Capri is.
Yeah, that's by Porsche.
In the 101.
Okay.
In that shopping center, it's called Umami Sushi.
Oh, okay.
And the chef, they have a lot of chefs, but the head chef is a guy, Chef Kai, and he didn't cook anything. He
He's a
made a meal for me the other day that was just absolutely, if you go in there and say, I
Knock your
want what
socks
Dr.
off.
Stu has,
and
and in answer to you'll spend a little more money than
Right.
you would if you just order off the menu,
Right.
but you'll have an experience like you've never had.
So is he one of your favorite sushi chefs here?
Yeah,
in-
here.
Okay.
Umami
Mommy.
Okay.
in on Mayo.
Well, it sounds like you're very experienced with fine dining. What
Yeah.
are some of your other favorite restaurants you've ever been to?
Good question.
Well, I've been to
Great
the French
question.
Laundry about 3 times in Napa.
Really?
And I actually went to a cooking.
You've been to there?
I
That's a big
actually,
deal.
my ex-brother-in-law had to cater for his 40th birthday
Mhm.
party
Mhm.
in Yountville and in Napa, and I said he gave me a book, his cookbook, and I already had the cookbook, and I looked at him. I said, "I love your book. It's beautiful. It belongs on a counter because but you need a production kitchen to make anything." And he looked at me and goes, "Try the lemon tart." So I went home, looked up, and made the lemon tart. And if I tell you, it's one of the best dishes I've ever had. It's a lemon tart that uses pine nuts as the crust.
Really?
So if you
Interesting.
look up
Wow.
Thomas Keller lemon tart you'll find the recipe.
Thomas
Okay.
Keller lemon tart.
Yeah, and
Alright.
that's one of my favorite dishes. I taught it to one of my friends here's wife, and she loves making it. And now the recipe, when you make it, there's enough to make 2 doughs. So every time she makes it, she sends one over to me.
Oh.
And then I learned another secret that I figured out. I took the tart that she gave me, I cut it up into slices, put it into my freezer and froze it, and then shrink wrapped, vacuum sealed each piece, so I could pull out a slice at a time.
Oh, nice.
I love it. So what about when you go visit your mom in Florida? Do you have a recommendation for a restaurant there?
Well, actually, when I go to Florida, there's a couple of restaurants. She always has it, scoped out ahead of time where we're gonna go. But there's
So
the
many.
food. She likes the food's better here.
Thank you. I agree
The food
with
is
that.
better here
Can I
than
tell
it
you,
is
Stu?
in where she is.
I go to so many places, and I've been all over the world and all over the United States, and I feel like Arizona has some of the best
Well,
restaurants.
when I moved here 30 years ago, that wasn't the case.
But it is now.
When I moved here, there was like 2 restaurants that were really good, 2 chefs that
But
were
come on,
really
let's talk about now. Now there's
Now
great-
it's wonderful.
Yeah,
There's
we
some
have
great
great
places.
restaurants.
I mean, I love Chef Binkley's place. There's a new place that I haven't been to yet that I want to go check called Courses, that's doing small plates.
Oh,
and-
yes, it's got
and the
some
chef
shades.
was the
Great.
guy that used to be at Atlas,
I love it.
which was a BYOB place because they had
I
the
love
wine
Atlas.
store right next door.
We've had Todd.
Right.
We've had Todd Sawyer on the show
Yeah,
from Atlas.
it's
Mhm.
it's good. I haven't been. I want to go up to see. I haven't been to the better chef you had last week on the show. I
Oh,
haven't been-
Wrigley?
Yeah, I haven't been
it's
to the
amazing.
Wrigley Mansion yet. I used
Right
to.
after the show, we were right up there enjoying like 3 courses. It was
Yeah,
incredible.
that's
Chef
great.
Christopher.
Chef
And
Christopher
today you
at
get-
Wrigley.
Which was delicious.
Okay, I'm glad you
It
like that.
was
But the bottom
delicious.
line is, I Christopher Gross, I think is a genius, and
He's an absolute genius.
yeah,
I don't think
and
anybody can marvel on him.
I'd love to, I say, I'm a cook. I'm
And
a
wait,
very
hold on.
good.
Did you
I'm a
listen to
very
the show?
good home
Because
cook.
Sam Pillsbury was the one that provided our wines, and his wines are, to me, the pillar. They're stellar. They're the best. I love his wines.
You
And
know
you're a
what the
wine
best
connoisseur.
wine for me is?
What's that?
Whatever I'm drinking at the
Yeah, cheers. I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way about someone says, "What's the best cigar you smoke?" The one I'm smoking.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great attitude to have. And what would you say? That's like enjoying every moment.
Living
It's
every
positive.
day like it's your last, because when you're a cat or a pussy, this you only have 9 lives, and I use 5 of them, and who knows?
You only have how many more? 4?
4. That's
Yeah,
9
4. Oh,
minus 5.
So you're gonna be 125.
Well, I don't know how long, but
Cheers.
cheers.
All right, so Dr. Dr. Stu, STU, Chef, CHEF.
Yeah,
correct?
one word.
All one word,
on
dot.
Instagram. I don't
Or
know what
on
it is
Instagram.
on Facebook.
All right.
You're Dr. Stu on everything. Dr. Stu Chef.
Yeah. So
He's
anyway,
actually-
And John, after they eat all that food and they need to work out, how do they get a hold of you?
You can email me at turosept@gmail.com.
And
how
what do you
people-
recommend for after a nice meal?
Oh yeah,
like
after
what we had?
high carbing, what do you
recommend? What's
What-
the workout?
Well, I recommend making sure you limit yourself during that high carb input of calories. A lot of people don't feel great right after eating, so maybe hold off the workout for a little bit. If you're like me and you can work out right after, you can work out. I would say your best bet though is, like we always say, you be consistent throughout your week, throughout your month, throughout your year. And then when you do have a nice indulgence like we just had today, it's not going to matter when it's
Well,
not going to really affect your goals.
and I will tell you that the flour the dough that we had was not using bad. It was using really good flours.
Was it from
And it was-
Italy?
No, it was actually from the United States. It's a place called Central Mill. It's a very good quality flour, and I let it go for 2-3 days in the refrigerator.
But I thought Chris Bianco uses flour from Italy.
Actually, Chris is the one who told me about Central Mill flour.
Really? So if I talk to him, he's going to tell me that's where the flour's from?
I don't know what he'll tell you.
Or
We've
does he know what
got
to do
the
with it?
flour interrogator in the room.
Ah.
Tell us about
Well,
your
no,
Where does it come from?
I've
Where?
used flours.
Where did you find the flour? All
Well,
right.
I wonder if
Why are
he's
you
trying to throw
questioning
off.
the legitimacy of his flour? His flour is dank.
I like that one.
I do too.
And
So,
if-
so I just want to make sure. Let's find out where that flower's from because.
That's right. God
He
knows.
just said where it's from.
No, I know where your
Central
flower's from,
Belt.
but where is Chris Bianco's? Because the rumor has
He's
it
not going to tell you.
all his
shit.
flower and his everything is from Italy.
That is not true.
Let's find out.
Oh, it's
That-
not.
Well, I actually have a
This
text.
is not
To be
true.
continued.
I got a message on my phone telling me from him, telling me what flowers he uses, and he mixes and does different things, and he likes to use as much local as possible. He grows a lot of his own vegetables locally. Have
Oh,
been
he's
to
spreading
his restaurant?
misinformation about Chris Bianca.
Have you,
No. I'm
have you
saying
been
that Chris
to
Bianco.
Trotto's
I
yet?
heard.
Have you been to Trotto's yet? His
I love
restaurant?
Trotto's. I love
All right,
Trotto's.
we'll have to talk
Actually,
about
I
that on
ate
the
at
next
Chris
show.
Bianco's
All right, you're gonna,
pizzeria.
you're gonna have to talk about it on the next show.
Okay,
because
next
this
show,
is
next show.
In the
Yeah,
Green
see if you
Room
get Chris to
Doctrine.
come on
Thank
the
you.
show.
Deep Chetty music, correct?
Yes.
Yes is more fun. What was yours again, John?
Your
How
email
do
for
people
people
find
to
you?
find
Two
you.
Rows PT.
And last but not least, Dr.
Oh, and if you want to email me,
Chef.
you can email me at drstu@cox.net, or you can follow me easily on Instagram at drstuchef, one word.
And he
And-
wants to make you a pizza.
And we're saving the planet
One
show at a time.